Hi everyone, it is Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Capricorn, there's a link in the description box where you can learn your whole birth chart, and that way you can get additional information for the week for your Moon and Rising sign readings, as well as your Sun sign reading today. So this is for July 11th to the 18th. And as promised, I am going to be using the Medicine Card Tarot for a 5-card spread today instead of my usual 3-card spread with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. But I will be pulling from that for additional messages, as well as the Healing with the Angels Tarot here. So, and if you've been watching for the past couple of weeks, you'll know that I've been asking what are general messages for your sign, and I'm going to switch it up by asking what does your sign need to know, and hopefully there's a little bit something more specific for you in terms of options or opportunities you didn't know were available to you. So that's the purpose behind asking that. This is still a general reading though, so whatever is most prominent in your life, Capricorn, will get you to apply these messages to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So I wish for Capricorn all joy, success, and wellness. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. And I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Capricorn. So, what does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know this week? I am trying to keep the videos around 15 minutes as well, so if I get into a long stream of shuffling, I am going to split from the center of the deck so that we don't go into like 4 minutes of shuffling. So let's keep shuffling here with what does Capricorn need to know? Capricorn need to know? All right, let's do a couple more shuffles here, Capricorn. If we don't get a jumper, like I promised, I am just going to choose cards from the center of the deck here. And whenever there isn't a jumper, I know that's what's being asked of me. So let's go for about 3 or 4 more shuffles. What does Capricorn need to know? So here we have a big pile. All right, so we're getting into a minute of shuffling here. Oh, look at that. We got a little cute jumper. So I am going to go about 3 more times. We got another one. Let's keep going. What does Capricorn need to know? Here's our third. Brilliant. I think it just needed a little bit of time. So I'll get into the details of the cards in just a second. I am going to concentrate on shuffling for the moment, Capricorn, so bear with me here. We just need 2 more jumpers. Oh, I thought that was going to jump. All right, let's get the center of the deck here and get your final 2 cards, Capricorn. All right. I would say there's a concern energy automatically. The reason I say this is because the center card, which is indicative of your the current position you feel that you're in, Capricorn, is the rabbit. And the rabbit's keyword is fear. The beautiful thing about fear is that it encourages courage. This is the whole point behind feeling something that is trepidatious or concerns you or even worries or even scares you. It's important now more than ever to use this scary opportunity as a means of courage. It's time to show courage. And I feel like this might even feel natural to you day to day throughout your life. And this is just an sort of an off week or an off time for you. I don't feel you spend a great deal of your time here, so you might feel a little bit out of sorts because of this, Capricorn. It might even be because there's something happening outside of your life to someone else that you don't have, um, as opposed to happening in your own life or to you, where you feel like you have some control over that. If this is about someone else or somewhere else, there could be a feeling of being out of control or not able to help. So please show courage in the face of this, regardless, in any way that you can. So I'm going to read from left to right first and then from top to bottom. Left to right basically just means energy that you're just coming out of this past week and coming into, which is available to you with regard of what do you need to know that you didn't know was available to you. So even though you're under pressure currently with this sort of general sense of fear here, you've got the grouse to one side and the hummingbird in the other. And the grouse is the sacred spiral and the hummingbird is joy. Now, this could very definitely feel like the end of something and the beginning of something else. And the reason I say that is because the sacred spiral is really has to do with cycles. But because there isn't something, and it's actually quite normal, welcome to the human race, right? It's actually quite normal to be in the middle of a cycle or something that's coming to an end or something that's about to begin and to feel trepidatious about that. So that's actually quite normal. So please don't give in to this feeling of fear if possible too, because what awaits you, the probable outcome that is available to you is joy. I think you will feel joy at the end of this when all is said and done. And you'll be, not only will you have been encouraged to and been able to apply your courage to a situation, but you'll be joyful because of that and the outcome. So yeah, take heart if you can, Capricorn, this week. I feel like something is trying you, but please take heart because joy is available to you. Now, in terms of top to bottom, we have outside energy or things that you might already be aware of, and internal energy, things that you might kept hidden from yourself or didn't know was available to you. So we've got the dog in the outside, or what already know is happening. The dog's keyword is loyalty. So you're feeling really protected, even though you're in the middle of something that's trying or that's cyclical or it has to take its own time, or has its own life or its own world. I think you really are feeling protected and that you have a great deal of support here. So this is beautiful. Please draw upon this if possible. If it's one other person, if it's a spirit guide, if it's a group of people, whatever it takes, just make sure it's not drugs or some form of escapism. That's not what this is speaking to. Loyalty to peace, right? The whole point is loyalty to joy, something that you're used to feeling, peace, joy, success, this type of thing. And then something that you may not have understood that was available to you is the wolf. And the wolf's keyword is teacher. And the way I always explain, and most psychics and gurus will say this, the teacher needs a student, the student needs a teacher. And it's true. You can only be ready when the student is ready, the teacher appears, but the same as it's the opposite. When the teacher is ready, the student appears. So there could be an opportunity here to teach or learn something, or to fill both of those shoes. It could even be that this is the phase that you need to learn from if you are scared or if there's something difficult here. That there's a great ability here, if you were to choose this, Capricorn, is to draw upon the strength of the loyalty and the joy that is and was available to you. And this could be your real strength here. This could be a learning and a teaching moment for you. Like I said, if this is happening to someone in your life but not you, you could feel as though your hands are tied or something. So take this opportunity to really be the student or teacher in their life. However, if this is all about you and this is happening to you and for you, remember this as well, that you can be considered a student and a teacher. You can wear both those hats, okay? You don't have to be one or the other. In fact, it's probably pretty positive to consider that you're wearing both hats, all right? In other words, someone is learning from you, even if you're the student, so to speak, right? And you're always going to be learning, right? If you're wise, even if you're the teacher. So just consider those terms. Now let's look at the artwork and the card just briefly one by one. And I encourage all my viewers to take whatever is intuitive to you in the artwork or in any phrases or terminology that I'm using and apply that. Whatever is prominent and stands out to you, and certainly if you feel a certain way, or if there are words or concepts that come up when you see these images, please take away anything that's positive from these readings is the goal. So if you can see this gorgeous, beautiful plush rabbit, they're usually pretty free. They are considered prey animals, but they're pretty free. They're family orientated, and they're probably not going to feel attacked unless they're in a corner. But as you can see, this one isn't in a corner. You're not feeling attacked. This is about fear and feeling unprepared, essentially. But what this is saying, and it's normal to feel unprepared when you're in the middle of a massive cycle or a massive occurrence, okay? This is the sacred spiral. This is something that you're supposed to go through, even if it's difficult, in order to get to the other side. And I do think that this is an opportunity, like I said at the start, to display courage, particularly in the face of fear, okay, Capricorn? If you have to use humor, and I know it's a godsend for you, use humor. Use something light to get out of it, because this is what awaits you. This is joy. This is pure, unadulterated joy. You also know what this feels like. So if it is difficult for you this week, please recall what this feels like and draw upon it, okay? It could even be part and parcel of the courage, is to say, I'm not going to get dragged down by this. I'm going to find the levity. I'm going to find the humor in it, and really pick yourself up and pick someone else's spirits up with you. With the dog, like I said, this is energy you're probably already aware of, and this is loyalty. Has a great deal to do with the family. But you can also see here that these are somewhat related. Maybe there is a teaching moment or a learning moment within a family relationship, or within your family, or someone who feels like family. These are both dogs. So we're dealing with canines. So loyalty, family, pack behavior. Make sure that you're leading here. You're not being led. And maybe that's even part and parcel of the fear aspect for you as well. You feel like you're being led into something or by something that is unfamiliar to you, and you'd rather be a little bit more primal and take the lead. There's also another element here of domesticated and wild. So there could be a differentiation between how you feel about this situation in terms of domestication and wild. So just really interesting. I don't see overt action right now, unless we get an action card from either of these decks here. I would say that there's just a great deal of coping. This is a real week of coping for you, and I know last week's reading was a little difficult for you as well, so I really, really pray for you, and I hope for you that you'll be able to find the light at the end of this, Capricorn. I really do. I really, really do. Because I don't want to see you go through anything heavy for too long, because that's going to weigh on your heart. Listen, I got two jumpers. I'm going to read them both. We have the fork in the road and the time for a nap. So just in keeping with the theme of the spread, fork in the road is really, simply put, a decision you need to make here, and I really feel this is where it's coming in, okay? You are being given an opportunity. All crises is an opportunity. The Chinese even have a phrase for it. There's a symbol, and the symbol itself isn't crises, it's opportunity. There is an opportunity for you here this week to really raise your vibration, raise yourself, raise someone else's spirits, raise your own. You actually have it within you, and you're really good at it. So don't deny yourself that opportunity for joy, and remember that you deserve that. So this is a decision you need to make this week. Please don't deny that. And then the other example here in terms of how to spend your energy is to remember to relax, take a nap, rest, make sure someone else is getting rest. In fact, it could be part and parcel of what's been driving this sense of upset. I'll leave it that word that way, because I don't know precisely what's going on right here for you. But if there is an upset or a coping that needs to occur this week, I do think that you yourself could benefit from rest. Okay, give yourself a break, Capricorn. Especially if you're helping see yourself through something on your own, or if you're helping see someone else through something difficult. You deserve rest and relaxation just as much as they do, okay? So let's get your final card here out of the Healing with the Angels, and here we have it. So this is really a beautiful card to remind anyone where this pops up that healing does occur in nature, and to reconnect with nature, even if it's a 5 or 10-minute walk in something that feels um, relatively secluded, okay? So not a city street. But if there's a park near you, or you can get to the woods, and if you can touch nature, if you can feel it in your hands, and if you can take just a moment to contemplate nature this week, Capricorn, I think that you will find it to be very healing. And I think it'll also help you recall that we are all organic beings in the natural world, and everything is a cycle. Everything is a spiral dance. There is a beginning and an ending to everything, and it doesn't mean the end. It means that a door closes, another one opens, okay? So take heart. Please take heart this week, and please take good care of yourself. If you can and you have a moment, let me know how this works out for you. I'm always curious how this plays out. And please take good care of yourself. Remember to laugh. If you need to turn to comedy or some your favorite comedy movies this week, do what you have to, okay? Take heart. Joy awaits you, Capricorn. And if you're not already, subscribe to my channel, because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So in saying all that, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, take care. Bye for now, Capricorn.